Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now at fullerdigital.net? No more searching, one place for all your live streams. fullerdigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at fullerdigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. fullerdigital.net.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions. We've got some Western Valley Conference softball coming at you as the hometown River Valley Wolverines take on the traveling Woodbury Central Wildcats. Wildcats come to town toting a 5-4 record, trying to inch a little above 500 as the Wolverines come in with a 7-4 record. Statistics would show tonight a high-scoring game. This is Wolverines are the #1 team in the conference in batting average, and the Woodbury Central Wildcats not far behind them in the #2 spot. Wolverines bat .362 as a team, and the Wildcats bat .357. Wildcats also lead the conference in home runs as a team at 6 and RBIs at 68. So we are right underway here in Correctionville as Matty Lloyd, the third baseman, steps into the plate here. Pride comes to face her, throws one there low in the dirt for ball one. A swing and a miss there for strike one. Evens it up at 1-1. Beautiful night here in Correctional. Sun finally tucking behind the clouds. A little warm earlier. As Pry unloads the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two now. Now after Pry, you got a few pitches to play with here with no one aboard. Lead-off hitter. Don't want to give her your good stuff right off the bat here. Maybe try and get her to chase one out of the zone. No worry of any runners advancing. She throws one low there and swung on and fouled back. So it'll stay 1-2 here. Matty Lloyd, third baseman here for this Wildcats group. She comes up, it's going to send a little chopper over to second base, and a diving catch and grab from Izzy Deeds. Had to take a few steps forward and get dirty. And she makes the grab for the first out of the inning and the first out of this game. Nice effort play there from Izzy Deeds. Brings us now to Katie Lloyd. Shortstop swing, watches one go by her there for strike one. First pitch strike so important here, getting ahead of the hitter. Gives you a lot of room kind of throw pitches away like there. You see throws one down for 1-1 now. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top half of the first inning here in Correctionville. Claudia Pry in the circle as Lloyd sends one down the first baseline foul for 1-2 now. As I mentioned, Pry in the circle here for the Wolverines. Frankie Allender behind the dish. Katie Lloyd at the plate. Facing a 1-2 count here. Big pitch coming here from Pry. 1-2. Little upstairs for 2-2 now. That's a good pitch to throw away there for Pride. It's a really hard one to lay off if you're Lloyd at the plate. Sometimes those high ones look really good. As one comes in down off the ankles for 3-2 now. We have Lloyd to watch and fight her way back now into this at bat. Full count here to Katie Lloyd, the shortstop. 2 inside, ball 4. And we have our first base runner of the evening. As Lloyd is aboard first with a walk. Brings us now to Lexi Gilbert. That is Lexi Gilbert at the mound. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties there with the microphone, but we're back now. It is a 1-1 here to Lexi Gilbert, the second baseman here for this Wildcats lineup. That's the 3 spot here. That ball just catches the corner for 1 and 2 now. And this strikeout would go a long way in getting the Wolverines out of this inning. Little runner over there at first in Lloyd. Prize pitch on its way. Swung on and popped to shallow left. And she's going to have to cover some ground for it. And she does. Diving grab out there from J.C. Jacobson, the left fielder, for the second out of the inning. Both out so far off high effort plays from the Wolverines. Diving grab from Deeds over there at second. Now Jacobson making the diving play over there in left. Brings us now to Libby Monroe, the pitcher here for the Wildcats. She fouls one back for 0-1. We apologize for the pole being in the kind of middle of the action here, but really not anywhere else you can put it to kind of monitor the whole field. She lifts one into shallow left, should say shallow infield, and Thomas makes the play to retire the side. So Wildcats leave 1 runner on, and Katie Lloyd can't get much else going other than that. We'll see how the Wolverines do in the bottom half of the first. This is Carter Norris, Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back. Word from our sponsors.
Come on back to the Backdraft in Holstein. They have enjoyed and will continue serving you the finest in Backdraft to go. But you deserve a night out, a night away from home, no dishes after your meal, and a family-friendly social atmosphere. Sometimes getting out of the house is just better. And it's always better with the Backdraft menu. Pizzas, burgers, prime rib. Time to come on back to the Backdraft in downtown Holstein and extinguish your hunger.
For any team to be successful, you need the right components and have those components work together. Then you'll have built something that will last. Correctionville Building Center in Correctionville is that type of business. The best materials will ensure anything you build, from a deck to a house, will stand the test of time. Add to that top quality tools and tool rental, and you have a winning combination. From start to finish, you'll get no less than the best materials, tools, and service. So for your next project, see the experts at the Correctionville Building Center. And good luck to the River Valley Wolverines.
We are right back to the action here in Correctionville. Wildcats left 1 runner aboard just a half inning ago, so we'll see what the Wolverines can do to lead things off here. And we will see Dossel, Getch, and Deeds for the Wolverines here, first 3 batters. See what they can do. So it will be Maya Dossel getting her first cracks of the night at it. Left-handed center fielder here for the Wolverines. And we'll see if she can lead things off for him. Wolverines love to get this leadoff batter aboard because probably a good 80% of the time you'll see her try and steal seconds. That one misses upstairs for 1-0. Wolverines love to get runners in scoring position early. You'll see him bunt, you'll see him steal. Aggressive base stealing is one of their keys, as that one catches the corner for 1-1 now. 1 ball and a strike to Dossel. Libby Monroe in the circle for the Wildcats as Dossel gives the ball right into the right field grass for a single, and she is aboard. Good start for the Wolverines. Now, I would not be surprised here to see Getch try and maybe lay down a bunt, get Dossel in motion over there at first. There comes the bump. Pitch misses upstairs. The throw on time. And they got her. Maya Dossel caught stealing. And she is thrown out by Kendra Mitchell. Nice throw and catch there. Mitchell to Lloyd. As Monroe catches the zone there for 1-1. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. First inning. With Elena Getch at the plate, right fielder here for the Wolverines. 1 pitch, little chopper. And that's going to get through the second base's hand. Gilbert couldn't quite make the play. And Getch is aboard with a single. Brings us now to Izzy Deeds, second baseman here for this Wolverine lineup. Powerful hitter. See what she can do here now for the Wolverines with that runner over there on first. Getch is going to break for second. The bunt on time, throw on time, but not accurate. And that's like that. The Wolverines have got a runner in scoring position with 1 down. 1-0 count here now to Deeds. Getch over there at second. Now the Wolverines have got to like where they're at, even with 1 out on the board. We'll see what Monroe can cook up here. 1-0 pitch, swung on, and that's going to find a gap in left field. And that is going to put runners at the corners here with 1 out. Runner breaks for second and makes it there. No problem. That is a double for Izzy Deeds. So just like that, the Wolverines have got 2 runners in scoring position. Deeds over there at second, Getch at third. With the powerful Maddie Thomas coming to the plate with an RBI opportunity to put the Wolverines up on top here early. Monroe trying not to let that happen. First pitch on its way to her. That one just catches the corner. Monroe's going to have to get ahead of some batters here if she wants to give the team a chance. That one fouled back for 0-2. Now if you're Thomas, you got to protect the plate. Thomas digs in here. Monroe looking for a strikeout. 2 outs would be huge here for the Wildcats. That pitch swung on and missed for strike 3, and now there's 2 outs on the board. With Claudia Pry, the pitcher, coming to the plate here. Still with that RBI opportunity. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here. We'll see who comes out on top. Monroe digs in. Pitch on its way. Pops straight up. Foul territory, and that one's going to be out of play. First pitch strike so important. Monroe's been dealing them out here, especially with runners in scoring position, and that is crucial. And that is how she has kept a goose egg on the scoreboard for the Wolverines. Pry trying to change that fact here. She digs in, facing an 0-1 count. Pitch on its way from Monroe. Swung on and missed for strike 2, and now Monroe's got her right where she wants her. 0-2 count here. You can't get too testy. You don't want to throw one too far out of the zone where you don't give your catcher, Mitchell, a chance to grab it. Could score a run. Mitchell sets up outside, 0-2, and that is going to be grounder right back to Monroe. Makes the easy play to retire the side. So the Wolverines leave 2 runners on, both in scoring position, but Monroe gets them out of it. So we will now go to the top half of the second. Still all knotted up at 0 here. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
Of most humans is a desire to make a difference, and at the end of the day know that it was a meaningful one. Welcome to that opportunity at Correctionville Specialty Care, where caring for people is their core. You'll love the experienced staff and family feel, plus the opportunity to advance with tuition assistance and reimbursement. And because they are a family, they understand family needs and are very flexible with schedules. Please consider joining the Correctionville Specialty Care team today.
What does EverTech mean to you?
It means internet made real easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, it means no limits.
Well, they are a lot more than just great internet. They have served rural Northwest Iowa internet customers for more than 30 years.
It means solid internet at a great price, and it's dependable too. With 24/7 tech support, we know we're always covered.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. Get EverTech's No Limits Internet in 20 counties in Northwest Iowa.
And we are right back to the action here in Correctionville. It will be Kendra Mitchell, the catcher, coming in to get her first at-bat of the evening as she watches one miss inside there for 1-0. Pitch chopped back for 1-1. One count here to Mitchell. One swung on and missed for strike two. Hardy cut at it there. Now we have the 1-2 pitch, little chopper back to Pry at the pitcher's area and makes the throw for the first out. It was a close play over there at first. Mitchell almost ran it out. Pry made the throw to Getch in time for the first out of the inning. Brings us now to Emma King, center fielder here for the Wildcats. Left-handed, both teams have a left-handed center fielder. Dalsel for the Wolverines and now King for the Wildcats. Looks like she's going to go for the slap as one swings by her there for 1-0. Pitch, hits a little line drive, and that's going to get down for a single. King rounds first, gives it a look, and a stay over there. That is the first hit of the evening for the Wildcats. Brings us now to Lauren Locke, first baseman here. She swings and misses there for strike one. Trying to lay down a bunt. Couldn't quite get it pulled back in time. Ball missed up high, but had the bat still out there. So now it's 0-2. Bunting certainly out of the question now. If you don't know, if you try and bunt with 0-2 count, as Locke swings and misses there for strike three. If you don't know, if you try and lay down a bunt and you lay it foul, it still goes down as a strikeout. Pry rung her out anyway. Now we've got two down. With Fetterman at the plate as she watches a strike go by her there for 0-1. Fetterman, left-handed. Left fielder here watches another one go by her now, so now you got to protect. 0-2 here, runner over there at first. That's King. The 0-2 pitch coming, swung on and missed for strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts from Pry. That is the third out of the top half of the second. We'll go to the bottom of three. This is Carter Norris, Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be right back. And a quick word from our sponsors.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
To clearing up dark skin spots and acne and softening fine lines and wrinkles is Sioux Valley Family Health, now offering med spa services including Botox Dysport, fillers, microdermabrasion, chemical peels, and hydrofacials. Sioux Valley Family Health, where your family is our family.
And we are right back to the action here in Correctionville. Still two goose eggs up on the scoreboard. Both pitchers having a nice night so far. But we'll see here what the Wolverines can do. The Addison Getch Addie Law and Frankie Allender will be the three batters that we'll for sure see here in this bottom half of the second. Wolverines have to be a little upset with the outcome of that last half inning for him. Left a little bit to be desired. Left two runners in scoring position over there on second and third. See if they can try and do something different here. You hate to leave base runners stranded. Love to take advantage of those opportunities, especially early. So we'll see what Getch can do here. She steps into the plate. Monroe still in the circle, and Mitchell behind the dish. First pitch strike. With one right by her for 0-1. The 0-1. This is down for 1-1 now. Ball and a strike here to Addison Getch. One pitch. Misses that corner for 2-1 now. First baseman here is Getch for the Wolverines. Goes to work on a 2-1 count. That one just catches the corner to even it up at 2-2 now. Got to protect here if you're Getch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to her. Pitch on its way, swung on in, missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the evening for Monroe. Had Thomas back in that first inning. Brings us now to Addie Law, third baseman here for this Wolverine group. She's going to take a first pitch swing right to the shortstop. The throw not hauled in there by Lockett. Lloyd made a nice play, but the throw was low. And now you've got a runner on first with 1 out, with Allender coming to the plate. See what she can do here. She digs in. Pitch on its way, misses the corner. We've seen those mistakes cost teams down the line. Could be 2 outs on the board right now. Instead, there's 1 now. If that run comes all the way around to score, it hurts as Allender watches one go right down the pipe for 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 runner on first. That is Law. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Allender. Runner breaks. Swing right back to the pitcher. Makes the play. The throw for the second out. Move that runner forward. So now she's in scoring position, but you got 2 outs on the board. With J.C. Jacobson, left fielder, comes to the plate with an RBI opportunity here. You just got to put one in that outfield grass, and it will more than likely score a run. First pitch misses low. Jacobson, the 9-spot hitter for the Wolverines. So after this, we're right back to the top of the lineup. As Monroe prepares to deal the 1-0 pitch to Jacobson. On high one, but swung on and a little blooper out. And caught by Lexi Gilbert, the second baseman. Had to cover some ground, but makes the play nonetheless for the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll go to the top of 3. Still knotted up here at 0. This is Carter Norris with Full Original Solutions, and we'll be right back for a quick word from our sponsors. Back to the action here in Correctionville. Still 2 goose eggs up on the board as we go to the top half of the 3rd. Defensive battle thus far. I mentioned earlier, these teams both at the top of the conference in batting order. Wolverines leading it with 362 and Wildcats just a hair behind them at 357. We will see now the 9-spot hitter here for the Wildcats, Lakin Brasali. The DP steps into the play for her first at-bat appearance. She watches one miss upstairs there for 1-0. One swung on and missed there for 1-1. Eden Pry evens up the count. One pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Now, if you're Brasali, you got to protect the plate. After this, you're right back to the top of the order. So Wildcats would love to get this leadoff hitter aboard and let that top half of the lineup do some work. You go down on strikes here, you're out. You kind of break up that order a little bit. Steps back into the plate. Pry prepares. Here comes the 1-2. On its way. Fouled back. Way to protect there from Brasali. That's important. Anything close, you got to pull the trigger. Don't want to go down on strikes. Here comes another 1-2 pitch. On its way. Pops straight up to shallow right field. And Getch makes the play, no problem, for the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup now here for the Wildcats with Maddie Lloyd. Down on a pop-out her last go-around. Trying to change her luck here with no runners aboard and 1 out. First pitch just missed. Not sure where, maybe a little high. Maddie Lloyd, number 3, plays third base as well. She goes to work facing a 1-0 count now, make that 2-0 to her. Got to find the zone here if you're Pry. She does just that. Lloyd fouls one down the third baseline. Foul ball is a pitcher's best friend. Helps you get back in the at-bats because now it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch on its way here from Pry. That one fouled for 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Maddie Lloyd, leadoff hitter for this Wildcat lineup. And that one just missed upstairs. That's a hard one to lay off there if you're Lloyd, you'd have to think. Those high ones often look good from that spot. But Lloyd, a good eye for her there. As it is 3-2 now. Big pitch coming. Pry to Lloyd. Just missed the corner for ball 4. Boy, that's a tough one to get away from you from the Wolverines. Throw 2 pretty good pitches there from Pry, but way to lay off if you're Lloyd. Now you've got a runner on board with Katie Lloyd coming to the plate. She had a walk in her first at-bat back in that first inning, as that one looked a little outdoors, but called for a strike. So now it's 0-1. See if we see Maddie Lloyd over there try and take off from first. Haven't had a ton of base runners. That one misses just low for 1-1. One's across the board. One pitch on its way, looking to lay down a bunt now. Does just that. And fouled it right back into the spectators. It's now 1-2. Now you got to protect if you're Lloyd. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner over there at first, that's Maddie Lloyd. Katie Lloyd had a walk in her last appearance. She sends a little grounder over there to second. Deeds makes the play, makes the throw for the second out of the inning. moves that runner across the second, puts her in scoring position with Lexi Gilbert coming to the plate in an RBI opportunity. See if she could try and find some outfield grass here as the first pitch right down the pipe for 0-1. Both pitchers tonight, Pry and Monroe, doing a really nice job pitching with runners aboard. That's hard to do. Puts a lot of pressure on you there as Gilbert swings and misses for strike 2. Now if you're Pry, you got her in a pretty comfortable situation. See if she can cook up here with an 0-2 count. That one just missed the corner, not by much, maybe a hair. For 1-2 now. Now again, that's a hard one to lay off there if you're Gilbert. 0-2 count, you got to protect, but 1-2 now to her. That one catches the corner, called strike 3 for the third out. Wildcats leave a runner aboard, and now that has been a trend for both teams. And it is still 0-0, and we will go to the bottom half of the third. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Golf at the beautiful Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa. Situated next to the picturesque Little Sioux River, this 73-acre course includes a practice putting green, clubhouse, cart storage, and 9 enjoyable and forgiving holes. Enjoy your golf experience on lush fairways and challenge yourself with their strategically placed holes. Call today for their rates. They are some of the best in Northwest Iowa. So whether you want to get away on your lunch break and hit a few, or take the buddies out for the day, the Quimby Golf Club is the perfect destination. The Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa.
When you walk into Sioux Valley Family Health, we want you to feel as if you are entering our home.
At Sioux Valley Family Health, our goal is to improve the health of our community by improving the health of the families who live here. Dr. Christopher Vandaloon and his staff are here to serve you because our priority is to treat each patient as if they are our own family. Make an appointment with us today.
Your family is our family at Sioux Valley Family Health.
We are right back to the action here in Correctionville. And we are right back to the top of the lineup for the Wolverines. It will be Dossel, Getch, and Deeds. Elena Getch, I should say. 2 Getches in the lineup. Left-handed center fielder had a single in her last go-around. Wolverines actually started at single, double. Couldn't do much with it as Dossel was thrown out by Mitchell, trying to steal second. Nevertheless, 1 for 1 on the day. See what she can do here. Monroe still in the circle for the Wildcats, and Kendra Mitchell behind the dish. So the left-handed center fielder steps into the plate. First pitch on its way here from Monroe. That one just misses upstairs for 1-0. Also got a really good eye. Only real way to strike her out is to throw strikes. In fact, she will not chase. As the 1-0 pitch just misses inside for 2-0. And there we see that good eye again. Gonna have to give her something to hit if you want a chance at striking her out. As the 2-0 pitch on its way, swung on and hit right back to Monroe in the circle. Makes the easy toss to lock it at first for the first out of the half inning. Brings us now to Elena Getch. Also had a single in her last at-bat. Would love to repeat that or do something better here. First pitch right down Broadway for 0-1. Getch had that single back in the first inning, but was left stranded on third. As the 0-1, little chopper foul for 0-2 now. Got to protect if you're Getch here. Monroe's got a little room to play here. Get her to chase high, low, inside, outside, whatever you're feeling. You got 4 pitches to play with. Not the time you want to give one right down the pipe. As the 0-2 pitch comes on its way. And that one looked good. But no cigar. It'll be 1-2 now. Hard one to lay off there if you're Getch. As the 1-2 pitch on its way from Monroe. That one Gonna be a little ground over to short. Can't make the play. And Getch will be aboard with her second single of the evening. And that's got to hurt there for the Wildcats. Had an 0-2 count. Pitch looked like it was pretty good. Instead, it's 1-2, and she gives you a little single there. And instead of being 2 outs with no runners on, you've got Izzy Deeds at the plate who had a double. Coming out with a runner at first and just 1 out on the board. Wouldn't be surprised to see Getch here try and take off as Deeds looks to lay down a bunt. Ketch finds the zone. Runner makes it safely to second base. Nice throw there from Mitchell. She's had some good throws tonight. Remember, she gunned down the speedy Dossel there back in that first inning. No cigar there. But an 0-1 count here to Deeds. Runner in scoring position there. Speedy Getch at second. She fouls one back for 0-2. This is what we're talking about we've seen from the pitchers. A lot of base runners, but still no runs on the board. Shows a lot about mental toughness here from both sides, being able to pitch with a little bit of pressure. As the 0-2 on its way here from Monroe to Deeds. That one, grounder into the gap in short, and that might score a run. As Getch rounds third looking for home, and she's going to make it. As Deeds slides in at second, the throw is over the head, and she's going to make it to third and maybe home. Looking for the plate, she slides and makes it no problem. So just like that, Izzy Deeds comes up with an RBI inside the park home run, and that's going to get the fans on their feet and puts the Wolverines up 2-0 here with still just an out on the board. With Maddie Thomas coming up to the plate with no runners aboard now after Deeds cleared the bases. And just like that, the Wolverines are cooking. Still 1 out on the board. Maddie Thomas at the plate. She swings the first pitch she sees and puts one into the gap right through the shortstop and third baseman area. And just like that, the Wolverines are still keeping it rolling. As Thomas comes up nice here with a single. Brings us now to Claudia Pry, ground out victim her last go around, trying to do something different here. Runner over there at first. 1 out. And pitch misses just a touch upstairs for 1-0. That one catches the corner to even it up at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. That's Thomas, excuse me. With Pry at the plate. That one swung on and hit right to the second baseman trying to make the tag. And they're going to say she did not get her. And the throw not in time either. So now we've got runners on first and second. Still 1 out on the board. And it looked like the second baseman there, Gilbert, made the tag and then just made no effort to make that throw over to first. And that led to Pry making it there safely. Mistakes have kind of plagued the Wildcats here early, and the manager's going to come out and have a little word with her pitcher and infield as they gather inside the circle here. And mistakes have really just plagued the Wildcats this bottom half of the third. But a pretty clean matchup here so far, and a couple overthrows that really bust this thing open and allowed Deeds to make it all the way home on what should have been a little grounder into the gap. And now it's 2-0 with 2 runners aboard and still just 1 out on the board. Now we've got Addison Getch, first baseman, coming at the plate here. Runner at first and second. Went down on strikes in her first at bat. See if she can do something different here. Pitch here on its way from Monroe. Trying to lay down a bunt, and it's just going to foul it. Now it's 0-1 here to Getch. Monroe digs in. Comes the pitch. Another bunt. And tries to pull it back, but it's in the zone. So it'll be strike 2. Some aggressive kind of standoffs over there from both runners. But now you got to protect here if you're Getch. Bunting not an option like we mentioned before. If you foul off a bunt, facing 2 strikes, it goes down as a strikeout. So now you got to swing away, try and protect. Runner's still coming up for some reason. Not sure if they know that there's 2 outs on the board. This could be big here. She gets hit by the pitch. And that, excuse me, they called a strike 3 there. But first was open because both runners took off. And now bases are loaded. With Addie Law coming to the plate. Reached first on an error. Now she gives one a little bit of a ride to right field. Catch is made. I guess for the 3rd out of the inning. So Wolverines leave a few runners on, but they still score 2. Thanks to an inside the park home run from Deeds and a single from Elena Getch. So they lead it 2-0. We'll go to the top half of the 4th. And this is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions. And we'll be right back to a quick word from our sponsors.
Come on back to the Backdraft in Holstein. They have enjoyed and will continue serving you the finest in backdraft to go. But you deserve a night out. A night away from home. No dishes after your meal. And a family-friendly social atmosphere. Sometimes getting out of the house is just better. And it's always better with the Backdraft menu. Pizzas, burgers, prime rib. Time to come on back to the Backdraft in downtown Holstein and extinguish your hunger.
We are back here in Correctionville. Wolverines strike first 2-0 thanks to a single from Elena Getch and an inside the park home run from Izzy Deeds. Thanks to a couple of errors there from the Wildcats. They've got a chance to respond here. Top half of the 4th. Still plenty of softball to be played, and it'll be Libby Monroe, the pitcher, coming in first. See what she can do. First pitch. She takes it right in the ankle. It'll be a dead ball, and she'll reach first on a dead ball. Looks like they're going to send a runner in for her.
Job, Libby.
That is Lander over there as the pinch runner at first. Trying to lay down a bunt, but foul. Kendra Mitchell here in at the plate. Run over there at first. Pitch misses upstairs for 1-1 now. Mitchell ground out victim her last go around, trying to lay down a bunt. Gets it pulled back in time. Ball is out of the zone, so it'll be 2-1 now. Sometimes that can be tough to do. You see a lot of hitters sometimes leave that bat a little far out there, and it can still come down as a strike because you're technically swinging. Unless it'll be a 2-1 count here to Mitchell. And that one misses upstairs for 3-1 now. Call that a hitter's count here to Mitchell. Run over there on first. That's Lander. Stepped in for Monroe, the pitcher, is a pinch runner. That one fouled straight back. No fence there. That would have been a little bit of trouble. Thankfully, we got the old superstar baseball player Cole Thomas here to protect. He sits to my right. 3-2 pitches lifted hard into the gap in right field, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Dossel can't come up with it as Lander is going to hold up there at third as Mitchell comes up big with a double to put 2 runners in scoring position here now with Emma King, the center fielder, in at the plate. Had a single in her last at-bat. Would love to do something similar here. Still no outs on the board for the Wolverines, so they've got some trouble. First pitch, fouled back. Giving Pry a lot of credit tonight. She's pitched very well with runners on board, and like we mentioned, that takes mental toughness. A lot harder to deal with the pressure on. She's going to have to do it here with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs on the board. Going to have to find some strikeouts. Foul balls there will be your best friend, getting ahead of batters. That one fouled for 0-2. Strikeout here would go a long way. Just getting it out on the board. Trying to keep those base runners at bay. It's Mitchell and Lander. Lander over there at third, Mitchell at second after her double. As the 0-2 pitch comes in, and a little fly out to Thomas, who makes the grab no problem for the first out of the inning. It's a big out there for the Wolverines. They needed one. Get their first one on the board. Which is now to Lauren Locke. First baseman went down on strikes her last go around. She's going to give a hard hit ball to first, but caught by Addison Getch. Quick reflexes there from Getch. Line drive right to her just like that. The Wolverines go from looking like a dire situation, now 2 outs on the board. Gotta love those 1-pitch outs if you're the Wolverines. Now it's Caitlin Fetterman went down on strikes her last go around. She swings and misses there for 0-1. Wildcats trying to avoid leaving base runners in scoring position. They've done it a few times, trying not to do it here as the 0-1 catches the corner for 0-2. And now if you're the Wolverines, you're right back in business. It seemed like moments ago, you had 2 runners in scoring position and no outs, and you get a line out and a pop-up, and now you're back in business facing an 0-2 count here. That one, good pitch to throw away there on 0-2. Throw one high, try and get her to chase. Fetterman digs in here at the plate. Pitch on its way from Pry. Misses just low. Just missed that corner. Hard one to lay off. Now we've got 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on board. With Fetterman at the plate. 2-2 pitch on its way. Pry deals. Caught her looking. Strike 3 called, and the Wolverines get out of danger. 2 runners left aboard at second and third, but Pry and this Wolverine defense come up huge and leave that goose egg on the board, so the Wolverines still lead at 2-0. We'll go to the bottom half of 4. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Come on back to the Backdraft in Holstein. They have enjoyed and will continue serving you the finest in backdraft to go, but you deserve a night out. A night away from home. No dishes after your meal, and a family-friendly social atmosphere. Sometimes getting out of the house is just better. And it's always better with the Backdraft menu. Pizzas, burgers, prime rib. Time to come on back to the Backdraft in downtown Holstein and extinguish your hunger.
To clearing up dark skin spots and acne and softening fine lines and wrinkles is Sioux Valley Family Health, now offering med spa services including Botox Dysport, fillers, microdermabrasion, chemical peels, and hydrofacials. Sioux Valley Family Health, where your family is our family.
And we are right back to the action here in Correctionville. Wolverines still hold that 2-0 lead. It was in a little bit of danger here. Back in that top half of the 4th, just a half inning ago, but have to give Pride credit. Still pitching well with runners on board. She's done it all night and continues to do so. And that is a big reason why their Wildcats are still held scoreless through this one. The 8th spot here in the lineup for the Wolverines with Frankie Allender coming up to the plate. Ground out victim her last go around. She comes up leading things off for the Wolverines in this bottom half of the 4th. We'll see what she can do here. Monroe still in the circle here for the Wildcats. First pitch outside. 1-0 pitch on its way. That one right down the pipe for 1-1, evens it up. One pitch, little chopper to short. Play is made, the throw on its way, hauled in. Nice field from Lloyd, and nice scoop over there from Lockett. Had to stretch out there, first baseman stretch for the first out of this half inning. Back-to-back ground outs for Allender. Brings us now to J.C. Jacobson. Had a pop out back in her last go-around, trying to do something different here with no runners aboard and 1 out. First pitch on its way, just catches the corner for 0-1. I mentioned both these teams, 1 and 2 in batting average in the conference. As Jacobson fouls one down the third baseline. 1 and 2 in the conference in batting average. We've had some base runners, but just no one really able to get it all the way around. Other than that inside the park home run we saw from Deeds. So we'll see Jacobson here go to work, facing an 0-2 count. Monroe trying to ring her out. And this is a good spot for a pitcher. 0-2 count, no runners aboard. Got your defense behind you. Knows the pitch you can throw. She throws one high, but swung at and caught by the right fielder, Feddersen, for out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup here now for the Wolverines with Dossel coming in at the plate. 1 for 2 on the evening, single and a ground out. See if she can make something happen here with no runners aboard and 2 outs. First pitch misses upstairs. The 1-0. That one in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Maya Dossel, the center fielder for the Wolverines. Nothing going on at the bases. 1-1, and a hard-driven ball into center field, and that's going to be down for her second single of the evening. Wolverines trying to get something going here with 2 down, and they are at the top half of their lineup now with the 2-spot hitter, Elena Getch. A couple of singles for her on the evening. See what she can do here. Still 2 outs on the board. Looking to lay down a bunt, pulls it back. Dossel breaks for second. And she makes it there safely. Looks like the ball kind of hit her there, maybe in the ankle, maybe in the calf. She'll shake it off. So just like that, the Wolverines have got a speedy center fielder runner in Dossel over there at second in scoring position. And all Getch has to do is done what she's done all night and find a little bit of outfield grass. 2 singles, 2 for 2 on the evening. Pitch catches the corner there. It's 0-2 now to Getch. Big opportunity here. Pitch on its way from Monroe. Catcher sets up outside the plate. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Good pitching from Monroe there, and we've seen it all evening. Both pitchers continue to play well with runners on base and or in scoring position. That continues here. So the Wolverines can't get much going and leave a runner stranded at second. And we will now go to the top half of the 5th. Wolverines still lead it 2-0. I'm Carter Norris. This is Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
We are right back to the action here in Correctionville. Still 2-0 ball game. And if you're the Wildcats, you'd like to start this comeback sooner rather than later. You don't want to get into these late game situations where you're kind of relying. You don't want to put your hitters' backs up against the wall here. So we will see Lakin Brosamo come to the plate here. Had a pop out in her only other at bat tonight. She watches a cold strike go by her there. Pride continues the deal tonight. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back for 0-2 now. Sommel trying to avoid an 0-2 evening as she swings and a miss there at a nice pitch from Pry for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Back now to the top of the lineup here for the Wildcats with Maddie Lloyd. 0 for 1 on the evening, had a pop out and a walk. Let's see what she can do here with no runners aboard and one out. She watches one miss upstairs for 1-0. That one catches the corner for 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Maddie Lloyd, third baseman here for the Wildcats. And if you are the Wildcats, you really don't want to break up this top half of the lineup, as that one's sent into foul territory for 1-2 now. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lloyd. Got to protect here at the plate. On its way, swung on and missed. Strike 3 for out number 2. And that's 3 straight strikeouts for Pry. She struck out Fetterman back in that last inning, struck out Bersamo, and now struck out Lloyd. So now it will be Katie Lloyd. Also 0 for 1 on the evening, had a walk and a ground out. Tries to do something different here. She fouls one straight back for 0-1. One pitch. That one right down the pipe for 0-2 now. Now you got to protect the plate for Lloyd with 2 outs on the board and no runners on. Oh-2 on its way. Hard hit ball into the gap in center right field, and that's going to be a board for a single. Brings us now to Lexi Gilbert. Had a pop out and a strikeout, so still looking for her first base running opportunity of the evening. No better time to do so here with a runner on first and 2 outs as they trail 2-0 here in this top half of the 5th. First pitch from Pry just misses the corner for 0-1. Excuse me, 1-0. Pitch. Just misses outside again for 2-0 now. 2 good pitches there from Pry. Gilbert not showing. 2-0 pitch. Fouled back. 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike here to Lexi Gilbert, second baseman. One right down Broadway for 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first, that's Lloyd. Let's see if Pride can continue to pitch well with runners on base, and ball is given a deep shot into left field, and that's going to get down for extra bases. The throw comes in from Jacobson. A little bit of wildness there. Couldn't quite get the ball in on time, but that puts runners at second and third here now with 2 outs. Gilbert comes up big with a double. Now we will have to see once again Pride pitch well with runners on base. As Libby Monroe, the pitcher, comes to the plate, had a pop out and was hit by a pitch in both her plate appearances. Comes up big here with an opportunity to tie it or take the lead. She hits one into foul territory there for 0-1. Huge at bat here for the Wildcats, perhaps the biggest one of the evening. Monroe's got to put one in play here. 1-0. Popped up and foul for 0-2. Now for Monroe, you got to protect. Two runners aboard. That's Lloyd and Gilbert. 0-2 count here to Monroe. Big pitch on the way from Pry. That one just misses that corner. Hard one to lay off there if you're Monroe. Strike zone's been generous to those corners tonight, but no cigar there. 1-2 here to 2 outs to Libby Monroe. That one fouled back. Runner makes it home, but no reason for it. It'll still remain 1-2. One-two pitcher on its way. Pry to Monroe. Right down the pipe. Strike 3 called. And she's got to sit down. Third out. And Pry continues to pitch perfectly with runners on board. As we will go to the bottom half of the 6th. Wolverines still on top, 2-0. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
For any team to be successful, you need the right components and have those components work together. Then you'll have built something that will last. Correctionville Building Center in Correctionville is that type of business. The best materials will ensure anything you build, from a deck to a house, will stand the test of time. Add to that top quality tools and tool rental, and you have a winning combination. From start to finish, you'll get no less than the best materials, tools, and service. So for your next project, see the experts at the Correctionville Building Center. And good luck to the River Valley Wolverines.
We are right back to the action here in Correctionville. 2-0 game still. As we continue to see Pry just pitch well. You know, she's had to face some adversity tonight. Runners on base, runners in scoring position, you name it. But she has got the Wolverines out of danger time and time again. So now it is the bottom half of the 5th here. Wolverines still lead that 2-0 lead. As I mentioned earlier, statistics would have suggested this to be a high-scoring affair. A lot of home runs. 6 for the Wildcats so far on the new year. They lead the conference in that, and both teams high in batting average. Wildcats also lead the conference in RBIs at 68, but have recorded 0 tonight. But it will be Izzy Deeds here stepping up. Start things off for the Wolverines. 3-spot hitter, second baseman. Had a double and an inside-the-park home run. She watches one go by her there for 0-1. All she needs is a triple and a single for the cycle. Not sure if you really count inside the park home runs as part of the cycle. Not sure if it's ever even happened. Could be witnessing history tonight. You never know. 0-1 pitch outside. Here comes the 1-1 pitch now. On its way. Swung on a high pop fly to shallow left, and the catch is made there by Katie Loy. The shortstop had to take a few steps back, but no problem for the first out of the evening. Now will be Maddie Thomas. Plate 1 for 2 so far on the evening. Strikeout and a single. Sure she'd love to repeat the latter rather than the former. That one catches the corner. Umpire loves those corners. He's remained pretty consistent on it as that one catches it there for 0-1. 0-1. Hot shot to second base, but the play is made and ball is caught there by Lockett for out number 2. Thought that one was going to get through the gap for sure. But Gilbert playing over there closer to the bag. Records the second out of the half inning. Brings us now to Claudia Pry. Ground out and a single for so far on the night. She chops one right back to Monroe, who makes the play. but the first baseman can't make the catch. So Pry is aboard on first with an error there from Lockett. Just like that, the Wolverines had new life. Wildcat umpire not a fan of the call. So now the Wolverines have got a runner aboard over there at first, and that is Pry. Not sure if that's really an error or a single or what you really even mark that down with. Coach getting a little vocal over there. Fans getting into it as well, part of the game. Brings us now to Addison Getch. A couple of strikeouts for on the evening, trying to change her luck here. First pitch misses upstairs. And plays like that, it really gives a team new life. You know, that would have been the third out there. And now the Wolverines have got a runner on first. 1-0 pitch. Low at the ankles for 2-0 now. Monroe's got to get her head right here after that. .20 pitch on its way here now. That one swung on a little chopper down the third baseline, foul. So it will be 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike to Addison Getch. She sends a little ground over to third. The throw on its way and caught by Lockett to retire the side. Wolverines leave a base runner on, but not much cooking. They still lead at 2-0. We'll go to the top half of the sixth. This is Carter Norris of Florida Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
The root of most humans is a desire to make a difference, and at the end of the day, know that it was a meaningful one. Welcome to that opportunity at Correctionville Specialty Care, where caring for people is their core. You'll love the experienced staff and family feel, plus the opportunity to advance with tuition assistance and reimbursement. And because they are a family, they understand family needs and are very flexible with schedules. Please consider joining the Correctionville Specialty Care team today.
To clearing up dark skin spots and acne and softening fine lines and wrinkles is Sioux Valley Family Health, now offering med spa services including Botox Dysport, fillers, microdermabrasion, chemical peels, and hydrofacials. Sioux Valley Family Health, where your family is our family.
You're right back to the action here, top half of the sixth. Wildcats got to start that comeback here sooner rather than later, because they could be down to their final 6 outs here. It will be Kendra Mitchell. Ground out and a double force so far on the evening. Trying to get things going. We're in the middle of the order here. 5 spot here. That one misses high. .10 pitch swung on and missed for strike one, and Pry has just been dealing today. Evens it up at 1-1. Mitchell had that double back in her last at-bat. She swings and misses here for strike two. One ball, 2 strikes here to leadoff hitter of the inning. 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. No, they're going to say it's fouled back. Pry looking for her 7th strikeout of the evening, and she got it. Strike 3 got Mitchell swinging for the first out of the inning. Brings us now to Emma King. Single and a pop out for her on the evening. Center fielder here for this Wildcat lineup. Swings and misses there for strike 1. One of those slap hitters. Pride done a good job getting ahead of hitters. A lot of first pitch strikes as they're 0-1 goes to 0-2. To King. Oh, 2 pitch here on its way. Fouled back. Way to stay alive there from King. Oh, 2 pitch on its way to King. Fouled again. Way to stay alive at the plate. Anything close, got to pull the trigger here. Especially down 2. 1 out already on the board. You don't want to make it 2. King deals back in here. Prize pitch on the way. Just missed the corner, not by much. Hard one to lay off. One-two pitch here on its way from Pry. Hit right to Thomas, who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Wolverine defense on lockdown tonight. Breaks now to Lauren Locke. Goes to work here with no runners aboard and 2 outs. She swings at a high one there for strike 1. Pitch fouled hard towards the dugout for 0-2 now. Corey Dawson had to dance out of danger there, hanging out of the dugout. Dangerous place to be. It's now 0-2 here to Lauren Locke. Wildcats having to get something going here sooner rather than later. Instead, called strike 3. Pry is sitting the Wildcats down as we will go to the bottom half of the 6th, where we'll see the Wolverines try and tack on a few insurance runs, add to that 2-0 lead. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's no limits internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
And we are right back to the action here in Correctionville. Wolverines trying to tack on some insurance run, and it will be Addie Law starting things off here for the Wolverines. Reached first on there and a pop-out, so let's see what she can do here to lead things off in this top half of the 6th. Excuse me, bottom half of the 6th. As the Wolverines try and tack on a few insurance runs. Libby Monroe still in the circle here for the Wildcats. She's pitched a really nice game. Just really one crack of the bat from Deeds was the one that kind of broke this thing open, gave the Wolverines that 2-0 lead back a few innings ago, and there just hasn't been much action anywhere else beyond that. But we will see now Addie Law step into the plate, third baseman here, to get things started here for the Wolverines in this bottom half of the 6th. First pitch swung on into the gap in right field, and that's going to be down for a single. That's what you love to see for the Wolverines. One pitch swing, one pitch single. Brings us now to Frankie Allender, a couple ground outs for her on the evening. Trying to do something different here. See if we maybe see her lay down a bunt. No outs on the board. Speedy runner there and Law over there at first. Wouldn't be surprised. Here comes the bunt. Can't lay it down. And they're going to say she did not make contact, so it's just a strike. So now that's almost ideal for the Wolverines. The ball gets past her. Now you've got a runner over there in scoring position with Law at second. 0-1 count to Allender. Oh, 0-1 pitch right down the pipe for 0-2 now. Monroe digs in the circle, delivers to Allender, swung on an A, shot into the gap, and they're going to make the play. Fetterman with an impressive catch out there in left, had to cover some ground. But a huge catch there for the Wildcats. That probably would have scored a run if that made its way down. Nice contact there from Allender. Breaks now to Jacobson, couple of pop-outs for her. First pitch misses high there for 1-0. 1-0 pitch. That one. Corner still appealing to the umpires. That one just catches it there for 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second, that's Law. Monroe in the circle. Mitchell still behind the plate. Jacobson in the circle, and she got her reaching there for one way out of the zone for 1-2 now. Here comes the 1-2 pitch on its way. Chopper to third. The throw on its way, and out at first. Moves that runner in Law over to third, but puts 2 outs on the board. So now you're back to the top of the lineup. Maya Dossel, 2 singles for her on the evening, also a ground out. She's 2 for 3. See if she can make it 3 for 4 here and pick up a little insurance RBI here and try and extend that Wolverine lead. Pitch on its way, right down Broadway, 0-1.
Let's go, Maya.
Maya, huge opportunity here for the Wolverines. You'd much rather be up 3 runs instead of 2. Give your defense a little bit of leeway, I should say, going into that final as Dossel lifts one deep to left, and that is just foul. And that would have been back-breaking for the Wildcats, but lucky there. Now it's 0-2. We've given Pry a lot of credit tonight, pitching well with runners on base and in scoring position, but Monroe has really done almost an equally as well job. Just made that one. I should say the Wildcats made that one little mistake back there a few innings ago when Deeds delivered that inside the park home run. But now it's 0-2 here to Dossel. That one upstairs gets past. Law breaks for third. She's going to have to get down, and she does. Huge play for the Wolverines. They extend their lead to 3-0. And that just makes the task that much more daunting for the Wildcats. It's now 1-2 to Dossel. Pressure's a little off her here now. No runners on. 2 outs. And she hits one into the gap in center field, and that's going to be a single. So all that really did was take an RBI off her stat sheet, as that obviously would have scored the run. But it keeps the Wolverines in business with a runner on first and 2 outs. Third single of the evening for Dossel. She has had a 3 for 4 performance tonight. Brings it down to Atlanta Getch. A couple of singles for her as well as a strikeout. She sends one into shallow center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to bring Dossel around second. She's going to have to get down. She does. And a double there from Getch. And the Wolverines are certainly in business. 2 runners in scoring position now with 2 outs on the board. And the powerful Izzy Deeds, who's had a double and an inside-the-park home run already on the evening, comes up huge here with an opportunity to tack on some more insurance runs. Monroe still in at the plate here, or still in the circle here. And they need her here, 2 outs. First pitch swung on and a shot to center field, and that is going to be caught. Emma King makes the play in center to take this thing from getting bad to worse. So the Wolverines tack on an insurance run. Still a nice little half inning for them, and now their defense will have to do the rest of the talking. They lead at 3-0. We'll go to the top half of the 7th. Could be the final 3 outs here in the ball game. This is Fuller Digital Solutions. I'm Carter Norris, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
To clearing up dark skin spots and acne and softening fine lines and wrinkles is Sioux Valley Family Health, now offering med spa services including Botox Dysport, fillers, microdermabrasion, chemical peels, and hydrofacials. Sioux Valley Family Health, where your family is our family.
And we are right back into the action in Correctionville. Wildcats down to their final 3 outs, and it will be bottom of the lineup here. The 8-spot hitter, Caitlin Fetterman, comes up to the plate. 2 strikeouts for her already. She sends a little grounder to Law. The play is made. The throw in time for the first out of the inning. Wolverines trying to get these fans home early. 1 pitch, 1 out, and they need 2 more to keep that shutout on the board. Brings now to Lakin Brasamo. Pop out and a strikeout. She's the designated player for this group. Is that one a little low for 1-0. Pitch. Swung on and missed, evening up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Brasamo. Little grounder, and foul. Just bounced on the right side of that first base line. So it will be 1-2 now, and Prize got her right where she wants her. Facing 2 strikes here, 1 out on the board, and no runners on base. Try and get her to chase here. 1-2. This is low off the catcher's cleat. So it'll be 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. No runners aboard. Big pitch coming from Pry. Misses low. Good one to try and get her to chase. But now we've got a full count with 1 out. Huge pitch coming. Pry to Brasamo. Over the head of the first baseman. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the Wildcats put 1 on when they needed to. As they go to the top half of the lineup now, Lloyd steps in at the plate with the runner over there at first. She's got a pop out and a walk, as well as a strikeout. She's 0 for 2 on the evening. Biggest at-bat of the evening for her here, though. First pitch popped way up. And Law makes the catch. No problem. Dugout trying to give her a little bit of trouble. Makes the catch either way. So now the Wildcats are down to their final out. Final 3 strikes here. With Katie Lloyd coming to the plate. Runner over there at first. 2 outs on the board. This Wolverine defense has been lights out tonight. They've had some runners on board, but just not letting anybody cross the plate. First pitch misses upstairs. As this defense has just been phenomenal when it matters. One 1-0 pitch. Misses low for 2-0. 2-0 to Katie Lloyd. She's got a walk, a ground out, and a single, so 1 for 2 on the evening. Pressure at bat here for her. 2-0, swung on. And caught. And Elena Getch is going to end this ball game, having to cover some ground to make the play out there in right field. And that is going to do it here in Correctionville. Wolverines send the Wildcats home packing by a score 3-0. They get the shutout. And we're going to hear a little bit here from our sponsors, and we'll be back to wrap it up with postgame. This is Carter Norris with Fuller Additional Solutions, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
When you walk into Sioux Valley Family Health, we want you to feel as if you are entering our home.
At Sioux Valley Family Health, our goal is to improve the health of our community by improving the health of the families who live here. Dr. Christopher Vandaloon and his staff are here to serve you because our priority is to treat each patient as if they are our own family. Make an appointment with us today.
Your family is our family at Sioux Valley Family Health.
Golf at the beautiful Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa. Situated next to the picturesque Little Sioux River, this 73-acre course includes a practice putting green, clubhouse, cart storage, and 9 enjoyable and forgiving holes. Enjoy your golf experience on lush fairways and challenge yourself with their strategically placed holes. Call today for their rates. They are some of the best in Northwest Iowa. So whether you want to get away on your lunch break and hit a few, or take the buddies out for the day, the Quimby Golf Club is the perfect destination. The Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa.
We are back here in Correctional, just wrapping up post-game. Wolverines took care of business, handling the shutout, winning it 3-0. Really nice defensive performance from both sides. Claudia Pry for the Wolverines recording 8 strikeouts tonight, and we really saw her get her done when it mattered. Left a lot of runners in scoring position or just on base in general, and that's really impressive considering they had a shutout with how many base runners were out there. Really good defensive performance from both sides. Really, Wildcats did really well as well with no runners on base. All they gave up was that little inside the park home run they gave up to Izzy Deeds, and they scored on that little insurance run from that error, which led to a run scoring. So really just not much action from the bats tonight. Well pitching performance and a well defensive duel. So that's going to do it here in Correctional tonight. Wolverines take care of business. They win it 3-0. They will advance to 8-4 on the year, while the Wildcats will drop to 5-5, right at 500. That's going to do it tonight. I'm Carter Norris. This is Fuller Digital Solutions. Special thanks to our sponsors out there. Have a good night, folks.